Back in the early 80s, my sister was diagnosed when she was 2 years old with leukemia. We lived in Athens, Ohio at the time, and a trip up and back 3 times a week just wasn't going to happen. So that's when the Ronald McDonald House opened, and we were one of the first families that stayed there. Off and on from the early 80s until probably right around 90. We were back often. She went through active treatment for for cancer from the time she was 2 until the time she was 10. They said, "What can we do for you? How can we make things, better for you?" Just having some place to stay was exactly what we needed. My sister is now in her mid-40s and doing just fine. They check her once a year. She has a little more extensive a yearly checkup than most people do, and if there's any cancer detected, they get rid of it real quick. But other than that, she's perfectly healthy. She's got a grown daughter, and she's got 4 granddaughters, so she's doing great. I just remember screaming and crying. I was the oldest. I was older than her, and there was a little playground in between the hospital and the Ronald McDonald House. And every time we walked back and forth, I would scream and cry and scream and cry, and I have to go get on this playground. And my mom would say, "Kris, it's 5 degrees. There's probably not going to be much playing on the playground today." So yeah.
As cold as the North Pole, you might say.
It was as cold as the North Pole, absolutely. Or as somebody that absolutely positively needed the Ronald McDonald House, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that's contributing. Without it, a lot of people would be out in the cold. A lot of people would be struggling to just to even want to come to the hospital. My mom spent many a morning saying, "Do we even want to drive up to Columbus today?" Yes, the answer is yes, because everybody that needs treatment now. So the Ronald McDonald House just does wonderful work. It's one of my favorite things out there.